Today, we're finally back to talking about a brand that's become a friend of ours, one we've basically seen born and grow over the years. Olight, the brand that represents a unique perspective on firearms, both short and long guns from the Chinese brand Olight, a historic manufacturer of high performance and even rechargeable flashlights. I mention this because they have features that you all know very well. These batteries have extremely long life and incredible durability, even through many recharge cycles. So if you buy an Olight, it basically lasts a lifetime. With Olight, we've seen the whole evolution from the very first model to the Olight X, its first major upgrade, and then its first 2.0 version. And finally, the very last one that we put to the test was the small Osight S, which we carefully mounted right onto our Baritona for the trial. Centurion 96, the Baritona in 40 Smith & Wesson. As you can see, we just did this while we were talking. We always do our safety check. It's always worth it, guys. And we installed this little optic, let's say with zero magnification, just like that. A red dot so you can take advantage of its features and qualities. It's an optic that's also very often used by dynamic shotgun shooters in the modified class because it has a whole series of really interesting features. The first thing that comes with the Osight system is the cap, which not only allows you to recharge it, but also protects the optic from bumps and damage. The battery charges in real time, so when you carry it with its protective cap, the battery gets recharged. So we always have a red dot that's fully ready to use with a full charge. Here, paired with it, we have a Valkyrie, a nice flashlight, and this one is always ready too. Olight, which is super useful when paired with the fast rail, which is the system that lets you attach a rail. A Weaver Picatinny under the Beretta slides, the classic ones that don't have it, simply by placing it here on the lever release lock button. So it's really a super cool, super useful setup. And as we were saying about the technical features, the Sight S, just like the Sight X, has the feature of being usable with a mode that turns it on automatically. As soon as it detects movement, so as soon as it senses the weapon is being used, moved, or let's say handled by the operator, then, after a certain number of minutes, it goes into standby, turns off, and saves even more of the large battery charge it comes with. The Osight XR is the latest addition from Osight, and we got a first look at it during its debut at the SHOT Show in Las Vegas. It has some very interesting features. First of all, it's compact. Very similar in size, just a bit bigger than the Sight S, but it has its own unique characteristics. For one thing, the eyepiece section sticks out beyond and in front of the body, ahead of the base of our dot sight. This one also has the option to have, thank you, it has 3 selectable reticles. I'll show them to you now. You can switch between them simply by holding down the minus button for brightness, and it can even disappear. You can have just the dot in the center of the reticle, or even switch directly from the reticle to just the dot. So basically, this changes the size of the aiming point on the target, from a minimum of 2 MOA to a maximum of 32. But even at 32, it never covers the entire target. It never covers the whole target. That's because there's simply a dot in the center and a translucent reticle around it. In addition, it shares all the same features as the S model, so there's a double lens to prevent the inside from getting dirty, a spot that's really hard to clean later. That's what it is. It's the screen where the luminescent red dot reference is reflected. It has adjustments, it has automatic adjustments, it has reticles as we mentioned, but it also features the latest big innovation. This is a set of high visibility iron sights featuring bright white dots that are designed to pop out and deploy almost instantly. As you can clearly see right here, they provide a very quick target acquisition. Did you happen to catch that? And then it can be put back in place as needed, inside the silhouette of our red dot body, which can be used as a co-witness sight. maybe by replacing our front sight with a slightly taller one. Of course, it also depends on the specific configuration of the pistol, as you can see. On my Beretta, the red dot was mounted a bit higher than on the Glock because the Beretta isn't set up for it. It's not optic ready. And the plate I used is one that fits into the dovetail slot meant for the original rear sight. On my Glock Generation 5, though, there's actually a cutout that holds the plate supporting the dot sight. This really lowers the sight line, so it lets you use the red dot more efficiently and more easily. You see, back in the day, there were these little mounts that you'd place underneath the rails on Picatinny mounts. Let's see, now I have another flashlight. Coincidentally, it's also from Light, which Baldo also pairs with. And this one is super cool. It has a green laser pointer along with the flashlight illumination. And you can choose if you want one or the other, but let's not get sidetracked. The optics we mount on these types of handguns need to be extremely sturdy. Since during the reloading action, that is, during the mechanical phase of ejection and chambering the next round, these parts are generally subjected to a force of 2G. 2G means twice the force of gravity. So during movement, every component weighs twice as much as its actual weight because of the speed it reaches. Now let's take a look together at what our Osight XR looks like when you buy it. First of all, we have a little box with its magnetic seal, and once you open it, you'll find two compartments. In one, there's the Osight XR with its protective cap, and as we mentioned, it also functions as a power bank and shows us its charge level. By using the small circular control button you see right here on the side, our dot, and then if you flip it over to the opposite side, we have several internal compartments that conveniently hold a wrist strap, a specialized plastic tool for the assembly process, a long charging cable equipped with a standard USB port for the power adapter, and a Type-C port for connecting your device. It is currently charging up. Then, right here, we have a fully waterproof protective carrying case where you can safely store the dot device if you ever need to take it apart for any reason. Additionally, we have a soft silk cloth designed to efficiently clean the delicate eyepiece without leaving any greasy residue from skin oils. Inside this small protective box, we have discovered a real treasure, a complete double set of specialized small torque screws for your assembly. Each specific type actually comes with 3 individual pieces, so you'll have the 2 you definitely need for mounting, plus an extra spare just in case. There's also a sticker, the directions and instructions. Our brand new red dot optic is finally ready to be tested out in the field. But before we actually do that, let me take a moment to give you the last 2 important pieces of information that I really wanted to share with you about this specific setup. The Osight XR Osight, in addition to the standard mounting hardware that comes included with its compact little red dot sight, also provides 2 versatile rails specifically designed for Picatinny mounting options. One option is an extremely compact, low-profile mount, which is actually the lowest possible height available. This is absolutely great for use, for example, when positioned alongside high-powered magnified optics that are commonly used in precision rifle shooting to very quickly acquire the specific direction of your target. In addition to that, another versatile mount you can choose to use to attach this red dot sight is a specialized high-clearance riser mount designed for better eye alignment. This is very useful on all platforms. Thank you. For example, the AR-15, like our Recover Tactical, which is the one we mounted our Osight X on. It's thanks to this riser that you can set the sight line at the correct height on this type of firearm. Now we're going to do a field test directly on our generation, 5th generation Glock 19. And here we are finally at the Mayella shooting range, where, as I like to say, things really happen. And we're going to try zeroing it in. the new Osight XR to really see its stability and accuracy when shooting. So here we are again at the Mayella range, shooting our outdoor testing office. And today we've got a few fun little things to pair with our Osight optics and the brand new, fresh out of the box, Osight XR. Today we're going to zero it and test it out. So we've set ourselves up at about a dozen meters, and now we're turning on our dot sight. So I aimed here, and the first shot I took was a bit high. We'll take 3 quick shots right now, and then let's see if the zeroing process actually worked out for us. Okay, let's go check. All right, maybe just a tiny bit. To the left, but we're pretty much there. So if the hole is to the left, we need to move it to the right, because the direction I turn the screw always matches the direction I want to move the hole, remember?
Ooh.
Now we'll try a single shot. At 35 meters on the steel target. I would definitely say that's working out absolutely fantastic. So, since we are already out here today specifically to test the XR sight, why don't we go ahead and take a few more shots? We'll be using the .40 caliber Smith & Wesson ammunition along with our Osight, partly because we really like the setup and partly because we absolutely love our big Beretta Centurion chambered in .40. So honestly, any excuse we can find to take it out and shoot it is a perfectly good one in our book. With the .40, you can really hear the steel ringing. So, we got some great initial feedback that showed us how the Osight products absolutely hold their zero. No issues at all, even as time goes by, using the Osight S on my Beretta Centurion and .40 Smith. We were really able to appreciate that the zero stayed exactly as we set it. Who knows how long ago? Maybe over a year. Now let's put our Glock back in standard configuration without the optic, and we'll do the same test. The same test on our old Aussie Hicks. And let's store our Glock in our tactical case. I'd say that's a yes, right? Now let's try at 30, 32 meters, at least. On the plate. I'd say we nailed it. Super perfect. Products are good. Guys, really, 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 really good. Perfect. So, we've reached the end of our test. We first discovered it at the SHOT Show in Las Vegas this year, where it was introduced, and finally we had the chance to try it out here in the field. What can I say? Like all the other Olight products made for sport shooting, it's an interesting and efficient product for us. Its efficiency and the sensitivity of the adjustments made through its dials are great. It holds zero well, even with powerful calibers like the .40 Smith & Wesson, and it's very resistant to shocks and impacts. It shares the same features as the other products in the Osight Red Dot line, at least the more modern ones, like the super resistant Alex material and the double glass, which increases both durability and resistance to dirt. On top of that, this model has some features that are all its own. Aesthetically, it extends forward from its base and is a bit wider. It has the very interesting feature of a hidden rear sight, which, by simply mounting a slightly higher front sight, easily allows you to achieve the co-witness for fans of backup iron sights, even when shooting in the optics category.